Welcome back to my channel. This tutorial is going to be on how to highlight using a cap, the magic cap to be exact. This is the before of her hair. She likes to keep it nice and natural, and it's been a few months. And this is the after of a nice sun-kissed look, just pulling a few strands through the cap. And if you want to see this full tutorial, just stay tuned. To begin your cap service, you first need to do a few steps before putting the cap on that make sure that pulling the hair through the cap is not painful. It doesn't have to be, guys. I brush the hair back thoroughly. Now I'm adding baby powder to the inside of the cap, and I shake it around, and just like you're putting, if you put flour into a cake pan and you dust it out. And then I am adding oil right now to her hair, making it just so it's more slippery. It doesn't need to be greasy. You don't want too much in there, just to make sure that it has some slip to it. And then comb that through also. Now, applying the cap, I'm going to make sure that I push her hair back. Now I'm putting it on. Now this is a brand new cap, as in not being on anybody's head yet. So bear with me while it takes a few heads before it stretches out and you know is able to mold correctly. Now I'm taking these needles, which I am really not crazy about. They came with this magic cap. I had always bought my own, so I will go ahead and do that, but for now I'm using the ones that it came with. They're nice because they have a handle. See, I'm using one that I had already in there. See if I like that one better. Now I'm going to try to explain this the less confusing way as possible. So when I put the needle in, and I have this on fast mode, I'll probably slow it down here. So I'm putting it in away from the face, directing it backwards. You see, pushing in this way, and then grabbing it and pulling it out towards the face. When I'm doing that, it ensures that I'm getting it right at the root where the hole is. If I just were to poke it in directly straight in, well, first you'd poke your client's head, and you do not want to do that. And even though it may look in this video as if I am, I assure you I am not. You always want to make sure you ask your client if they are comfortable. Make sure you're not poking them, because you don't want to it doesn't need to be painful. It really doesn't. So again, sticking your needle in the direction the hair is going, grabbing some and pulling it out towards you. I had to go in a couple times in the same hole, but I'm going to blame that on the hooks of these crochet needles. Like I said, I wasn't too keen on them. Normally, back in the day, I could pull a hair through a cap in 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes. I'll just go through there and go through every hole one time, just do, and I'd be done. I have to get the hang of this. It's like riding a bike, but you have to get your grip on here again. Like I said, I've been foiling hair for 12 years. I don't know. Okay, so I've been in the business for 20 years. The first good 5 years of my career was only cap highlighting. Foil wasn't much heard of. It started to come out a little bit. I think I did one foil highlight in cosmetology school, just as a, hey, let's try this out type of thing. So now clearly it's mainly, with a lot of looks, is foils. But there are times where, you know, like the situation, it took me 20 minutes to pull her hair through when it could take me 40 minutes to highlight her with foil. And she just wants a sun-kissed look. And what's nice about it is the lightener is all on there at the same amount of time, and you don't have to worry about different processing times and different developers. And now with the looks that are going on today, clearly you couldn't use a cap to do just anything. You know, there needs to be foil highlights, and that's the majority of the styles. But there are certain things, you know, mock it if you want, by all means. Those newer stylists might think that it's stupid or ridiculous, or how dare you put a cap on somebody that's so old school. Well, let me tell you a little something. history, first of all, repeats itself. And second of all, there's really no reason to, in this situation, for this certain client where I can't pull her through a cap. She just wants a natural look anyways. And I do have a video further down on my page where I actually did pull somebody through a cap to do an ombre look, and it worked out great. So around the face, I do add a little bit heavier. I do not skip holes around the face, but I do skip holes in the back. After you're done pulling loops, make sure you take a comb and comb all the extra loops out. I almost forgot to tell you that. Now, the amount of holes that you pull hair through is the amount of highlights that you'll get clearly. And she has thicker hair, so I put some thicker strands through there. If I wanted less hair, then you just pull less thickness of the strands through the holes. Now I'm applying Blonde Dimensions 20 volume to her roots first. She has about 4 months of regrowth. So just by applying it only to the root, not even pulling through the ends yet, and then I stuck her under the dryer with that just for a few minutes. We always stuck her, back when I was doing caps before, we always stuck our clients under the dryer. Probably longer than we should have, but that was the look and everybody was perfectly fine. But we didn't have the foil there to conduct the heat there also, so by adding the client under a warm dryer just ensured that we would get that lift that we wanted and that we needed, or the lift that they wanted. And you end up using a lot less lightener too, just by doing it this way, I found anyways. Now, putting a cap on her, sticking it under a low dryer, not a high dryer, like on the lowest setting, just where it's warm. Just enough heat there that will help her process. I think she was under there for 10 minutes. Now get this, what I'm applying to the ends of her hair is what was left over from doing her regrowth. Yes, it sat there, and yes, it's weakened. It's only been about 15 minutes, so why not, right? That is how it was always done. We just kept the leftovers in there. Even when we did a color and it sat for 30 minutes, we'd always run the rest through the ends, and it always was fine, but it also was permanent color. I would never do that now, but I'm just saying that's how it was. And then she processed, I don't know, I think it might have been, this was so long ago. I am so late in putting this video out. I do remember my toners and my formulas though. I'm just really good at that, but I believe she processed another 10 minutes. But it really doesn't matter what my timing was. When you do your clients, you're going to process your clients the amount of time that they need. So completely forgot to push record when I did the toner. It was, I'm so mad too. So how I did that was you just take your client over to the sink and you rinse out the lightener, keeping the cap on the head. Add a little bit of shampoo, shampooing out the lightener, keeping the cap on the head. Then, well, years ago, sometimes you would actually pull the cap off when the shampoo, well, it was still on the hair. However, I toned it, so I actually just went and mixed a little bit of toner, 9NB with a splash of 9B. She had a little bit of warmth there. Then I added that to the hair, only to the hair that was highlighted, which is great, right? You're not using as much toner. And then I actually let it sit and process, and once I actually pulled the cap off after rinsing out the toner and adding more shampoo, I did go through and do a root smudge, because sometimes the caps, I'm so picky about that now, the looks are with more of a blended in root. I did go through and do, I think it was 8N, for a little bit of a root tap, and you can see here where the cap did pretty well. Now I'm going through and curling it. The brush I used to blow dry her was actually the wet brush, the heat resistant one, the vent brush. I love it. Try it if you haven't tried it. And now I'm going through and curling her hair, and just look at the nice shine that it has to it. It's a natural look. She loved it. I told her I might be adding it to my service menu. Call me old school, but thinking about it for clients that are capable of, they have hair that will allow for it, obviously. And she actually asked what the pricing would be, because she liked it, and she was there about a half hour less than she normally would be. Actually, about 45 minutes less, I think we figured, than what she normally is. So there it is, the cap highlight. I would like to do more of them and do more videos on it, because this was kind of like a refresher for me also. So I hope you guys did enjoy it, and just watch me curl her hair, I guess, and see the end result here in a minute when I shake out her curls in slow-mo. I did use the iPad to record this one. I usually use my phone. Apparently my phone does have better quality, but the color turned out exactly how we intended it to. We were happy with it. The results were pretty much spot on. The color blended really, really well. And don't be hating on that cap, guys. You can't knock something till you try it. So if you like to try it, grab a friend and do it yourself. And it might be hit or miss when you're learning to use that needle, but just remember to go directly back and pull forward. Do not dig straight into the hole down to their scalp. But step out of the box every now and then. Try something new, try something different. Styles change all the time. It's good to be knowledgeable in everything. Well, thanks for stopping in today, guys. I appreciate you coming in. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have done lately, or if you guys have been using the cap too. I'd like to hear from you. And if you've not subscribed, right here to the bottom right, click it right now so you can come see more. And that little bell that's next to it, if you hit that, you'll be notified when I do more also. So thanks again. Bye.